Hi guys, it's me Nana. I have something fun. I gave a quick preview a couple of days ago of my activity book I created for my grandson, and here it is. This is the finished product. It's actually an activity book filled with activity boards, all from the Dollar Tree. Draw a picture. It also has some activities on the back, connect the dots. We have Paw Patrol, which my pre-K grandson just loves. You can't go wrong with Paw Patrol with a 4-year-old. Then we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They also have some activities on the back, but the front is where he can just color and do whatever he likes, as well as this board that has his ABCs. Nothing like getting a head start on kindergarten, right? So I wanted to give him these, but I wanted them to be in one space. All these pens, all these write-ons, so many things, so little time. I kept them in this box. Oh, here we go. These are poster board that I bought at Dollar Tree, and I brought these together to see which ones could I use. And remember the sticker glitter paper? Oh my, wait till you see what I did with that. This was a wonderful activity because it was done with love. And I've had these rings for some time for just this kind of activity. I have this special hole maker. It's a hole punch. Yeah, it looks like it could eat somebody. But anyway, I had it all stored in this box. And then I thought, well, you know what? Let's take the box and use it. Because once the boards are gone, there's no use for the box. So it's a recycle and repurpose. So it's a twofer. I get to recycle and I get to do something for my grandson. So in my measuring, I thought that it should be just a bit larger than the actual board. So that was about 9.5 by 12.5. So I took front and back and created two 9.5 by 12.5 covers. Then I had to decide where I would put the holes, but they're 12 inches, so it was easy math for me. I put a hole at 3 and at 9, 3 inches and 9 inches, and the hole had to be big enough, or at least larger than my little rings. So 3 and 9. With the largest hole that we could create. So if you get them, make sure that it's a little larger than your ring. That way they can turn as they need to. So there's my little test, and I saw that it's going to work. And I also have these little, they're not brads, they're eyelets. They're like eyelets, they're like grommets. And I needed to just pound them onto the holes. And I thought I'd try it on my glass tabletop. Not a good idea. So I brought it down off of the glass tabletop and gave it a few poundings. You do not have to do this because the boards are pretty strong. But if you have eyelets, if you have these brads, go ahead and do it. It'll just give it some extra strength so the hole doesn't break. So after that, I just had to measure and make sure that the other boards also had holes that equal or, were the same as the first one. So I just went along and made holes for each one, making a mark where the first one went and keeping everything straight. I think that was the hardest thing, is making sure that everything stayed straight and everything lined up so we wouldn't have boards that were willy-nilly or, one crooked over the other. But anyway, I'm having a little trouble with my machine because the little leftovers are getting stuck in it. But if you just have a regular hole punch, that will do. It doesn't have to be my crocodile thing. All right, now this is key. I got this duck black masking tape at Walmart, and what I'm doing is covering the ends. This way, when you put the poster board on top of it, you won't see the brown cardboard underneath. It just made it easier rather than trying to take the poster board and wrapping it around the cardboard. So if you just wrap this tape around the ends, you don't have that problem. The cardboard is hidden and you don't have to wrap anything. So it makes it a lot easier. So I just went around the entire cardboard and wrapped it around, cut off the excess. And to be honest with you, it came out perfect. If you have little scrunchies, you know, where it crunches up against each other, all you have to do is wipe it out or rub it out, and it works out perfectly. Making sure not to cover your hole, but even still, you're going to be punching through that a couple of times, so it doesn't really matter. This just makes sure that nothing's going to fall apart and it will last a little longer. Now, if you have an active 4 to 5-year-old, 3 to 5-year-old, you know that as much preparation as we do beforehand isn't really going to matter because it's going to be put through its paces, right? But as long as it lasts a few times, we're okay with that. We're not looking for perfect, and we're not looking for brand names. We're not looking for anything other than to entertain our little munchkins for as little, well, as long as we can, as long as an item can entertain them. And then they can either have it forever or they can have it for 15 minutes, but the memory will still be there. If it lasts through the 15 minutes, then we're pretty good. We'll know that we're doing very well. Anyway, so at this point, I'm just putting on the black poster board, measuring it the same as the cardboard. You don't have to make it smaller, you don't have to make it bigger, you just make it exactly the same size and it works out perfect. I put black poster board on the outside panel and I put white poster board on the inside. So black that will show on the out and white on the in, making sure that the holes again line up before you glue it down. And we're just going to glue it down with regular glue. I use Tombow Mono glue. You can use any glue that you have. It can be the white school glue, doesn't matter, just as long as it's even and it's equal and it's quick drying. So I'm just going to put glue right onto the cardboard and make sure that it goes all the way around. You don't want to leave any parts that don't have glue on them. And you can see I'm actually having a whole lot of fun just playing and thinking about all the fun I'm going to have when my little one gets a hold of this. He will just love it. And the end part is going to be the best part because he's going to know it's his, and that's really what matters. So again, I'm putting the black on the front, the white on the inside, and it's again just the same with the glue. You don't want to use hot glue on this. It really won't work. It's too bulky, and you need that extra time to let the glue dry, because once you get the glue on, you'll see it takes a while to dry, and you'll want to flatten it out as much as you can. Hot glue would leave lumps, and the last thing you want is lumps, and we want this to be as professional as possible from Nana, as professional as Nana or Grandma can do. And I'm using a brayer here, and that's what I'm talking about, keeping it nice and smooth. The smoother it is, the less likely the poster board will tear. We don't want it to tear, and bubbles will, just invite tears. We're trying to keep it as strong as possible. So we have it, there it is, the black and the white covering both sides. Now you just determine, which one is first, which one is last, which one is upside down. You determine what you want to do and what boards you want to put in there. So I actually just had the smaller one in the front, and then I had what I did is I put the drawing pages up first. And that way it's all drawing, on the same side. And then when he gets to, if he needs to flip it over, then there's activities all on the same side. So drawing all on the same side and activities all on the same side. And that way he doesn't have to continuously flip it over and flip it over. Because usually if they're drawing, they want to keep drawing and so forth. So this is where I'm finally putting everything together, and I did put the holes a little down, about a ½ inch down from the top. You don't want to put them down too far because you'll have problems turning it over. So it's kind of intuitive at this point. They'll know what to do, but as long as you don't put those holes down too far, there won't be any problem in turning the pages. Whereas if you put them too far down, it will stick. So what I decided was, color-wise, I would put one of the glitter pages down, just covering the top. Right now, though, I'm getting these are basically dry erase sheets. This is just, I know he likes Mater, and I know he likes the Cars movies, so I thought I'd use those. But right now I have the glitter paper right there, and it is an adhesive sheet. So I'm just taking it off, and this is where you have to be careful when you put it down. But the truth of the matter is, again, if you have wrinkle spots, like I have several wrinkle spots, don't give up. Because what'll happen, and don't get frustrated, because those wrinkle spots can be rubbed right out. They don't stay. So that's the wonderful thing about this glitter paper. It's really not paper. It's kind of like on plastic. So it's very, very forgiving. So I just decided to start decorating with Mater being the first one. I know he likes Mater better. And then I have these color forms. It's a separate thing that I got from Dollar Tree. It's a color form bag of color forms, and this is the art that came with it, and deciding which side I would show, because I couldn't do both. It wouldn't work. So I just glued it down and put the evening scene down, because I didn't like the other side, to be honest with you. That's the only reason I chose that. Again, I'm testing it, making sure that there's going to be ease of use there for him. And I'm gluing down now our hero, and I'm putting down these dry erase little stickers. Now, this is very forgiving as well. You can take these off. They don't have to stay there. Your little ones can move them around. So I'm just kind of leaving him a little note so he'll know that Nana loves him and Nana's thinking about him. And again, I'm just putting more stickers all over the place. Again, he can take these off and put them where he wants to. I'm just putting them down for him now. And the rest is just decorating. The hardest part will be with my cutting machine. I'm going to, in the end, cut out his name and activity book out of my, well, it's a Brother scan and cut. But if you can use, you don't have to use that. You can, some people will use the Cricut. I think it's the Cricut for die cutting, or you can use the Cuttlebug for die cutting. I love this book. I just know he's going to have so much fun with it. It is just perfect for him. It's not perfect in the sense that it's the best made thing, but I know he's going to love it. But even though I had all the dry erase pens, I needed a dry erase, I needed a pencil box. And this is where I decided this just wasn't enough. I needed to have his name on there. So at first I was just going to give him one little spot for his name. And in the end, I decided, you know what, I'm going to take off both rows of the dry erase stickers and with my scan and cut, I can just use it through my computer. I can type in what I want. I got the green adhesive glitter paper, put it into my scan and cut, and boom shakalaka, I cut it out and I felt so technologically advanced. And there it is. I put it through the cutting machine, and then I just very methodically and carefully put it down. And you know, you can't tell, it was still a little crooked. I pretend like I know what I'm doing, but honestly I don't. I just go for it. I don't know anything about anything, but if I want to do something, I just go for it. I'm not a perfect crafter. I'm not a perfect card maker. I'm not a perfect DIYer. I just want something, and then I go for it. I just do what I want to do and hope to goodness that it'll come out right. I know by him seeing his name, though, that this will make it all the more special to him. So that's why I changed my initial design and went for it. I was afraid, though, I must tell you. Now, I did start at the center. I'm an old typewriter person, so I know that when you want something to be centered, you start at the center. So I found the center letter, and that's where I started for putting down the words. And then I have these markers. I noticed that it was kind of flat, so I kind of tried to trace around them to make them pop a little better so it could be read a little easier. And then I just readjusted the leftover dry erase stickers. And again, like I said, he can, you know, put some more on here or change the ones that he has. He'll have all of them in the end, right? So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you take this on. And I know that some of you were asking if I was going to put the video on. Well, there it is. Have a great day and enjoy the color. It's all around us. I'm so glad you watched, and I'm so glad you took the time to spend the last few minutes with me. See you later. Bye for now.